first news story of the day that I wanted to get into. Money, money, money. So, Ridley Scott is releasing his epic Gladiator 2 at the end of the year. So, interestingly, how are you feeling on Gladiator 2, Paul? Are we excited for Gladiator 2? Like, for me, it's totally bizarre that we're even getting a Gladiator 2. I can't lie.
Yeah, that straight away. Yeah, I love the original. It's a movie that stands the test of time. I watched it in 4K like a year ago, and it hasn't aged a day, man. That film's like 20 years old. It looks phenomenal. Yeah. But it is a standalone movie. Doesn't warrant a sequel. Doesn't need a sequel. The fact that it took them 20 years to do a sequel, that's been done before. But you always skate that line of, is it just cashing in? But with Ridley Scott, it's him doing it. I'm intrigued. I mean, I'm more intrigued than excited. The cast is stacked, though. They've got some absolute bloody heavy hitters in this movie.
Yeah, the cast is
the cast is ridiculously good. But I'll wait for the trailer. I'll wait to see it on trailer, the scope of it, how it looks, how it feels. Obviously the original one's very practical effects and practical sets, and that. I hope he carries on with that. We've seen Ridley take his work and then go into the 2020s with it and make it very CGI heavy with Prometheus and Alien Covenant. It pulls, even though they're beautiful looking movies, the original one, like the original Gladiators, the reason it's aged so well is because of that, because of the practical sets and the practical effects and that. So I hope he carries on with that. Yeah, more intrigued than excited, but like I said, when I see a trailer, my tune might change and I might get a bit more hyped.
Well, by the sounds of it, the studio is very much hyped about the film. Apparently, the film looks amazing according to them, but there's a bit an issue with the budget. The budget is massively, massively inflated, which I find quite interesting. It's turning out to be one of the most expensive movies ever made. So the budget is coming for Gladiator 2 at this whopping number. If you give me 2 seconds, I'm just going to find it. Yeah. So originally it was budgeted at 165 million before rising to now 310 million. This is wild to me. Sort of understandable in a way because it's a period piece epic, which are always expensive. I understand that, but this is insane. Just for putting it out there, Dune 2, which me and Paul haven't seen, cost in the region of 190. I think
that's right. Yeah.
So to me, this is just insane. Like, absolutely insane. What the hell is going on here? Why is it cost so much? There's also been a number of reports come from set about animal abuse and stuff like that with horses and stuff. So it's not looking good on a production level for Gladiator 2. But in the mix of all this, the studios come out and says, yeah, we've seen it and it's epic. It's absolutely epic. So, but for me personally, I'd be shocked if this film makes its money back off if that's the budget. Mm-hmm. That's not even with marketing involved at the moment. That is just purely on a production level. And what would you factor in marketing for a Gladiator 2, a film like this? 200 mil?
Yeah, for them to, it's crazy for them to recuperate that movie. They'll have to spend a lot on marketing to get it in front of everyone. So that's going to add up as well. I've just brought up on the screen here, the first movie only cost 103 million to make, so it's triple the budget.
Wow. Yeah, man. So where's the money went, Paul? What are you saying about this budget? Because this is like, remember when Fast X was coming out?
Right.
And there was a lot of reports on that film about the budget just being insane. And when I watched that film, as shit as Fast X is, I can see, they've spent too much money in this film. Yeah, it's a lot of CGI and stuff like that. But when you take in the cast and their inflated paychecks for being in 10 films at this point, because it's only going to go up. It's never going to go down, is it? I imagine they get a lot of back end and stuff. But Gladiator 2, man, this is like a swords and sandals epic. Like, I just can't see this sort of film, like you say, recuperating that money back. If I'm being honest, this is insane to me. This is really insane.
Yeah, it's 300 million is a lot, man. I mean, but you look at it like I don't want to be shitting on Marvel at all here, but you look at their last couple of movies. You look at their Marvels that cost 200 million. You watch that film. You watch that film. That movie does not look like it cost 200 million, especially when you're looking at the likes of Dune that costs 190 million. That looks like it cost a hell of a lot more. That like every frame in that movie is an art piece to me. But like I said, we haven't seen a trailer yet, man. This trailer could come out and this could be like, this could skyrocket to our most anticipated film of the year just off a trailer. Trailers can do that. They've done it to me before. Again, though, look at the cast. That's probably cost them a lot to get all them in. But it seems as if it's more from production than cast. Because it cost something at one point and it's gone up. I don't know, man. I don't know why it's costing so much. I hope it looks like a $300 million movie when we see it.
It's Ridley Scott. I think if there's one thing we can be absolutely 100% sure of, I didn't see it last year, but Napoleon looked like there was money on screen. Do you know what I mean?
Let me quickly look how much that cost.
Yeah, I was just about to say that it'd be quite interesting to see how much that one cost. But yeah, one of my takeaways just from this whole
that cost 200 million.
Ah, right, okay. So yeah, it's an extra 100 mil on this, but we have got some heavy hitters in the cast. But yeah, one of my big takeaways from this sort of whole report article is that it's the studio executives were quote unquote blown away by the footage. So that's promising, I suppose. Like, at least the execs are saying, yeah, it's good. You know, it's come out that it cost 300 mil, but there hasn't been a massive stink about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's quite just preposterous that it cost this much. But yeah, man, studio executives think it's pretty good. So we'll see if it's actually worth 300.
Yeah, they sound for them to give them the extra budget, and they're saying it. You know, it looks amazing. They must be confident in the movie. Yeah. I said it could come out. I mean, the first would you say the first Gladiator is like, you know, is everyone clamoring for the sequel when it comes out? People are going to be like, holy shit, Gladiator is one of the best films ever. I can't wait to see another one. I love the first one, but would you say it's one of them films where, you know, people have it in the top 10s all the time and stuff like that? Or
I think a lot of, I do. I think it's one of them. It's one of them films that is definitely a top 10 film for most
people.
Not most people, but people who are into like people who know good films probably have this somewhere in their top 50. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It is a classic. Like, I don't think it's like you say. I don't think it's dated whatsoever. Like, I watched it a couple of years ago now, and you know, like it's amazing. Like, it's absolutely amazing. And the Colosseum scene where, oh my God, one of just the best sequences and bloodthirsty sequences as well, is like blood flying all over the place in that Colosseum scene, like the Gladiator scene. But that was Ridley 20 years ago. So God knows what he's doing, what he can do now with even more money. My question here is God love Ridley. Like, he's a top 3 director for me, but he hasn't had a string of successes of late. I don't think, personally. I think there's been a couple of duds in there. So this isn't Ridley Scott in his prime. I
wouldn't even say. I'd say they're only duds financially.
Yeah, good
like
point, good point.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I still think what was the one that was on that went straight to Disney Plus with Matt Damon in
Last Duel?
Oh my God, that film was phenomenal. No one watched it. No one watched it.
That was a good film, that though. I don't know if Ben Affleck was the only thing, like, spotty thing for me in that film. I think it was a little bit miscast, but as far as Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Jodie Comer goes, that was a good film, that. And it looked fantastic as well. So if it looks anything like this, then I think we're in good hands.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I need to wait and see a trailer.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see a trailer, then we'll pass you. But